Hello again, this is Richard Michael on the Benedetti Foundation, and this is my second video giving you just examples explaining how the Paganini Caprice, the improvisation section we're doing, is constructed. Okay, so let's have a little think about scales. We know that this piece is in a minor key, and if you play the scale of A harmonic minor, very distinctive sound. What makes it attractive is where the semitones are between the second and third notes, the fifth and sixth, and the seventh and eighth. But where that scale sounds really interesting is if you start it on the E, start it on the fifth, and it sounds like this. It sounds Spanish, and that is the scale that we can use when we are improvising on the second chord. So you could do this. First bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second bar, and it's that, there you hear that. That F to the G sharp gives it that particular tang, that particular quality. So for me, when you practice scales, what's really important is don't just practice them starting on the keynote. Now there's a little tie-up here between the Talus Fantasia and the improvisation that you'll be doing with Robin Michael. If you check out Robin's video, you'll hear him saying much the same sort of thing as to why we practice scales starting on different notes. I'll show you. Let's take the scale of G. Sounds okay, but I think it sounds really interesting if you start on the second note. To me, that's just a really interesting sound, and G major itself is fine. But I like the plaintive quality of starting on the second degree. It's got a name. If you play a major scale but start on the second degree, it's called a Dorian. Okay, why? Well, I'm not going to go into that just now. It just is. It's called a Dorian. But that sound is a very distinctive sound. Many great tunes are written on that mode, like this one. That's the tune Eleanor Rigby by Paul McCartney and John Lennon. If it was written in a different mode, it would sound like this. Or, but it's written in this Dorian mode. So I recommend that you practice scales starting on different degrees, particularly the second, which gives you the Dorian, and on the fifth, which is much more uplifting, happy scale. And that's called a Mixolydian, and it's got full of joy. Whereas the Dorian sounds much sadder. Now, the harmony in music is all to do with colour. So I'm going to give you a little challenge. You can do this on your stringed instruments, or if you have a keyboard handy, try it on the keyboard. Okay, now you don't have to be a great player to do this, but this is what you do. 2 fingers on the left hand, 2 fingers on the right hand, hold down C and E, then G and B. And that gives you root, 3rd, 5th, 7th. What we call a major 7th. And that's the light chord. It's really light. Like this, listen. Here's another key. It's the sound that you hear in this. Major 7th. So there you go, C, E, flatten one note and the sound darkens. Let's flatten the 7th. If you're playing it on your violin, that's C, E, G, B flat. And now we've gone from a light sound to a darker sound. That's called a dominant 7th. That would be called C7. Now let's flatten another note. Let's flatten the 3rd and we get this sound. That's called a minor 7th. That's a sound that you hear in Debussy's The Girl with the Flaxen Hair. Instead of a dominant 7th or a major 7th. Okay, now for this one, I'm going to ask my assistant if she would put the light out for me when I play this. We've gone from a really bright sound, slightly darker, but when we flatten the 5th, it sounds unbelievably dark. But let's put the light back on. And we're back to the light. Now the great thing about the Paganini piece is that the Paganini uses all those 4 chords. And you can actually work them out in the key of C by doing this. C, E, G, B, just move everything up to the right. You get a minor 7th, to the right again, minor, major 7th, dominant, minor, and this last one, the dark one, half diminished. Now I'll show you how these colours work. Here's the tune. So we're in a minor key, fairly dark, now we're heading to the light. Dominant, major, here's the dark. So music goes from, harmony goes from light to dark, and it's through using those 4 chords. There's 4 7th chords, the major 7th, dominant, minor, half diminished, that we get our colour in music, we get our shape. Now, when you're playing in the orchestra or whatever, you're probably totally unaware of all these sounds happening. But from now on, I want you to think about them. Think about them. And also, just something else, is that the really cool notes on a chord are the 3rd and the 7th. See? So if I play C with my left hand, and then the E and B, I've got all I need. I don't need that note. I don't need a 5th. If I play the dominant 7th, just change one note. If I play the minor, change one note, but I do need the 5th in the flattened 5th. Now that in a nutshell is like 3 years of harmony, and I'm condensing it into this short period of time so that you get an understanding of how the chords are formed. Now, you know, a minor chord is a root and a 3rd. Dominant 7th is a root and a major 3rd. Now I could do a little improvisation on the Paganini just by using root and 3rd. Watch what I'm doing. 1, 2, 1. And I'm doing the first one in a Latin groove. Okay, then a swing groove. The Latin groove is the gonga cha gonga cha gonga cha gong, and the swing is ch 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 ch. Here we go. Here's the Latin feel, and just 2 notes. 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Root 3rd, root 3rd, root 3rd, root 3rd. Here's the tune. So here's the improvisation again, and this time I'll half it so that it's over 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming up to the next section. Root third is just A and C, and then E and G sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Change. Change. This time we're going to play A and C sharp, D and F, G and B, C and E, D and F. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Third A, C, A and C sharp, D and F, G and B, C and E, A, E, G sharp. So can you see how we can, with that foundation, we can then go on and build up a whole bank of vocabulary about harmony and chords, and it makes it so straightforward. In the coming tutorials, the coming tutorial could be one more after this, I'll be showing you how to add in the fifth, the other scale notes, the sevenths, until you've got a vocabulary that will allow you to do something like this. Here's a little demonstration, and I'm just going to use 5 notes of each scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I promise you, you don't think about it. And when you're improvising, when you've been doing it for some time, I tell you, your brain switches off and you just play. And it's the most wonderful feeling because you've got this freedom. And my hope is that when you play these 2 pieces that we're talking about, improvisation, the talus, that you'll hear how you can improvise in that. And you can improvise on the Paganini. But the thing is, you're learning vocabulary. It's all transferable. And when you're playing your Bach, when you're playing your Mozart, when you're playing your Bartok, looking at the scales in Bartok, Stravinsky, Duke Ellington, Monk, Dizzy Gillespie, everything, you'll hear how it all works up. Personally, I don't think of playing jazz, classical music, rock. I just think I play music, and you do too, and I hope you really enjoy doing these tutorials. If it's confusing, that's okay. That's absolutely okay, because I promise in days, weeks, months, it may take months, but the penny will drop, and it's the most wonderful feeling when you get it together. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye-bye.